sixth learners. Now we're going to discuss about the basic elements of a short stories. A short story is a short work of fiction. Fiction, as you know, is prose writing about imagined events and characters. Prose writing differs from poetry in that does not depend on verses, meters, or rhymes for its organizations and presentations. We use the basic elements of a short stories wherein we can easily identify and analyze the character, settings, plot, conflict, theme, and point of views of the stories.
Character is a short story is a person, in some stories animal, who takes part in the action of the story or their literary works. The way an author develops a character in a story is very important in making the story appeal to the readers. It is said that the heart of the story are the characters. The two most important characters in a story are the protagonist and antagonist. Protagonist. The protagonist is considered as the main character or most important of all the characters. It is the character who learns something or undergoes some changes throughout the course of the story. Some some stories depict the protagonist as the hero of the story, while in other stories the protagonist is not considered a hero as he has done nothing heroic. In any case, the story always revolves around the protagonist and antagonist. The antagonist is the character that challenges the main character. It has no concern the well-being of the main character. The antagonist may be a person, the nature, the society, or any intangible matter that contends with or creates a problem for the protagonist.
Settings. The place, locale, and time period when the story happened is called settings. The settings may be based on real place and real time. It may also base the author's imagination. When analyzing the settings of the story, consider where the action is taking place.
Plot. A plot is the actual story. It is what the story is all about, is also the series of events and characters, action that lead to the highest point of interest in a short story. The following are the different parts of a story structure. Exposition. This is the beginning of the story. This is where the author introduces the character, identifies where the story is happening, and establishing the main conflict. Rising action. This event occurs as you begin to move throughout the story. This is where conflicts start to build. Climax. Climax is the most exciting part of a short story. This is the part in the story when important decisions are made or important things are discovered. Falling action. This point occurs after the climax as the problem in the story start to work themselves out. The excitement becomes less and less as the conflict is resolved. Resolution. This is the solution to the problem in a story. The solution may not be what you hope for, but as long as it fits the story in tone and them, the conflict has been resolved.
Conflict. The conflict story to have a problem and this problem called conflict. The main character, also the protagonist, needs to have someone or something to challenge him. Without conflict, the story will not go anywhere and will not very interesting to the readers. The main character may be faced with one of the four different types of conflicts. Four different types of conflict is man, man versus nature, man versus himself, and man versus society.
Theme. This is a central ideas in a short story and general truth. This is considered as the author's message to the readers.
Point of views. So when we say point of views, this is the way the story is being told or narrated. It is also known as the vantage point that a writer uses to narrate the stories. So when we say point of views, we have three different types of point of views in the story. First, we have a first person. First person is the narrator participates in and tells the story using the pronoun I. Second, we have a limited third person. Limited third person is the narrator is not in the story and narrates using the pronoun she or he. Also, the narrator is unable to see into the minds of the characters. Third, we have the omniscient third person. Omniscient third person is the narrator is not in the story and tells the story using the pronouns she or he. In these point of views, the narrator can tell the thoughts of the character as he can see into their minds.